True Detective, Episode 2. We are here once again with some more of this show. I enjoyed the first episode, so without no further ado, we are going to jump in. But let me say this before we do. If you guys are watching me for my channel for the very first time, I do have these episodes. If you're watching this now, all the episodes for season 1 is available on early access, so you can go there and watch the rest of the season if you want to, or you can wait. You know what I'm saying? I look at early access as a way for you guys to support the channel and to keep this thing going that we have here on YouTube, because without that, you know what I'm saying, I just be out here just providing you guys with free content. The least that you can do is consider within your heart to spend $5 with your boy every month. You have no idea. I hate saying this shit because it seems like I'm peddling drugs. It just does not even sound right coming out of my mouth. Some of the times I feel so weird saying that stuff because at any rate, you know what I'm saying, it's really up to you guys if you want to support the channel and whatnot. If you guys feel like you want to get early access or whatnot, it's all up to you. Okay, but in any case, let's jump into episode 2, season 1 of True Detective, and I will see you guys at the end for the review.
About that sculpture thing. It's kind of strange it turns up like that years later.
Yeah, nobody knew why that thing was in the playhouse. I mean, the aunt reckoned maybe it was something she made in school. To me, it was like someone was having a conversation,
What if it's the girl that's missing that's the killer?
School shut down and in 92 closed down after Andrew. That mean anything to you? Well, we notified the deceased mother.
Do you remember the last time you saw your daughter, Dora?
It's her kid smoking. The hell?
We saw it on TV while we were in the clutches of it. And I prayed for that woman's family. And it's me.
Mrs. Kelly. What about her father? Did they have a relationship?
Why? What have you heard?
I heard he passed. Is that correct?
Why wouldn't a father bathe his own child?
I don't know.
We were just wondering how they got on, ma'am.
He died on the road. He drove a Peterbilt. He took an exit too fast. Rolled over near Rowan, Oklahoma.
When was the last time you talked to her?
No, she's always been in some kind of trouble. I thought things were getting better. Got away from Charlie. She came by not too long ago, maybe a month. We didn't talk about her daddy none.
Is this show about ghosts or something?
Do you remember where that church was?
Oh. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Hail Mary, full of grace.
Mrs. Kelly.
I get these headaches. It's like storms. I worked in dry cleaning for 20 years. And chemicals. That's what's wrong with my nails.
So, we talked to the victim's friend next, I believe.
I guess she always had her mom's place, but I thought maybe she'd gotten into something, like gaming again.
What all y'all talking about? How was she?
Thin, loopy, like high. And she said she found a church, but her eyes, something wrong with them.
You know where she might have been staying? Her landlord said she'd moved out last summer.
That's when I stopped seeing her so much. She mentioned someplace down south, like around Spanish Lake, shelter. Girls used to stay there, something, all she said.
She sounds sad, Marty. Like a torn up person on her last legs. She was just an easy target for him. What do we know about him? Hits prost, artistic, religious in some kind of way.
Every person within 1,000 miles of here is religious in some kind of way, except you.
I mean, demons have antlers, blindfolds, painted symbols on their back. Huh?
Yeah. You know what tweakers get up to? Shit, man, this dude in New Orleans cut up his girl, felt remorse, tried to piece her back together with crazy glue.
That's just drug insanity. That's not this. This has scope. Now, she articulated a personal vision. Vision is meaning. Meaning is historical. Look, she was just chilling in the water, man.
You missed some things on the job. You know what I mean. You gotta decompress before you can go being a family man. What you get into working, you can't have the kids around that. So, sometimes you gotta get your head right. I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This for your wife and kids, too. You gotta take your release where you find it, or where it finds you. I mean, in the end, it's for the good of the family.
So I was right for assuming that he's a cheater. It's probably not with the attorney girl, but it is her. I'm dead. I even corrected myself because I was like, maybe he's not a cheater. I was just assuming, but it was just kind of fishy. She showed up way too happy in that scene to see him and to deliver the documents directly. She could have just left them at the front desk.
Now, what do you mean exactly, these visions you mentioned?
Oh, shit, I thought you knew. I told Marty about them, down the line. Chemical. Flashbacks, neural damage. From my time in the HIDTA, high-intensity drug trafficking area. I spent 4 years undercover. You know what that means? That's where they got them Fed rumors I first come in. What, you two don't know about that? Those files are still sealed, huh?
Oh,
Shit.
so that's the reason why he has redacted files.
What have
Okay.
you two heard about me? What about rough trade?
Why is she so bruised?
Girls talk.
Around here, they're rough.
Jeez, she must have some really rough johns.
Seen plenty of guys that get touchy. Something sets them off, and they're like little boys. People always go away around here.
Where would I look? Working girls might know the blonde.
If she was gaming I-10 Southside, heard of this place. Kind of trailer park. Girls work, stay. Call it the ranch.
Where's that?
Like south of Spanish Lake, supposed to be. You know the place? Kind of strange. Like you might be dangerous.
Of course I'm dangerous. I'm police. I can do terrible things to people. With impunity.
Well, what'd you do last night? I called up here late. Well, thinking about dropping by. Where were you?
I was out with girlfriends.
Well, I don't like that. I just mean that there's a crazy man out there.
What, you mean that girl again? That satanic thing? Everyone's still talking about that at the courthouse.
It's not just her. There's more.
There's more? Really?
Well, we're not saying keeping it out of the press, but we're thinking that he's been doing this a while. Yeah. So, no need to go out and you just have a drink here.
I can't meet a nice man at home.
That hurts me. When you speak to me in a passive-aggressive way, I always talk straight to you.
Excuse me. I meant that since you're married, I need to be considering my options as a young woman. I want things, Marty.
Here we go with the speech.
Yeah, you just want your cake and to eat it too.
Up the
How
cake.
good is cake if you can't eat it?
Well, you're giving up the cake, honey. Why the hell wouldn't I want it? I'm just saying.
Yeah, big bunny ranch down south. On Spanish Lake.
I thought we were pulling old John's sled. What?
You wash up, you got some pussy on you.
Key to a healthy marriage.
Oh, that's Maggie, huh?
Hey, what's with your fucking nose?
Nothing, man. Sorry, forget it.
I get a connotation being implied here about my wife.
Are you saying that's wife? The high tide you walking in with?
You got some idea how my wife's pussy's supposed to smell?
No, I just meant you wearing the same clothes as she did yesterday. Coupled with the fact that I ain't stupid. Wouldn't make no comment as to the particularity of the sin.
You don't say fuck all about my wife. Don't say her name.
You got some self-loathing to do this morning, that's fine.
Why are you mad at this dude for noticing something?
How would that work exactly?
Just apply a couple pounds of pressure. Snap your wrist. You seen your detective. Think of mine.
I hate when men do when you scum shit. All you gotta say to him is like, "Are you gonna tell her?" Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a scumbag for cheating on your wife in the first place. It's like key to a healthy marriage.
We looking for a little bunny ranch down around these parts, y'all. Know where we could find it?
No, sir.
Never heard about it? Little whorehouse?
Sorry, babe.
Supposed to be stuck up in the woods around here?
I'll tell you this. Russ had about as sharp an eye for weakness as I ever see.
Boy.
Smell in your
Started
hand.
on the wrong foot there.
Smell like pussy.
You remember where that little whorehouse is, huh? Take 353 south. We're gonna exit off the shoulder before we get to the 14. From there, we take a dirt fishing road to Bayou Chanel.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Martin Hart, Rustin Cohle, State CID. This your place?
It's my lease.
What is this, some kind of hillbilly bunny ranch?
Excuse me. You might want to talk to Sheriff Bilson before you start tossing accusations around.
Relax, that's not why we're here. Well, something happened to a girl and we need to know if any of you knew her.
Yeah, that's Dory.
You know about that woman found outside of Erath?
No. Did something happen to Dory?
She was nice to me when I first came around. Gave me tips and stuff.
Tips? About what?
Sucking dick.
Nothing. You know, just how to be.
Yeah, right. Who's gonna believe that shit?
You got any idea where she might have been staying the last few weeks?
Her ex is in prison. I guess maybe she got a new place. She'd been going to church. I was hoping maybe she just turned things around.
We're gonna need to question any girls might have known her.
That's a tougher ask than you think. Folks be staying away, they hear y'all are out here.
Well, ma'am, it's the best way to get us to leave. You said she left a bag.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Sure.
That girl's not 18. Sheriff, know you got underage working here?
What do you know about where that girl's been? Where she come from? You want to know Beth's situation? Before she ran out on her uncle?
There are other places she could go.
Such holy bullshit from you. It's a woman's body, ain't it? A woman's choice.
Well, she don't look like a woman to me. At that
See
age,
what
she
I'm
was not
saying?
equipped to make those kind of choices. But I guess you don't give a shit what kind of damage she's doing to herself as long as you're making your money.
Girls walk this earth all the time screwing for free. So why is it you add business to the mix and boys like you can't stand the thought? I'll tell you.
Oh, you're gonna tell me? Let's hear what she has to say. I don't want to pause to talk about stuff like this because I've said it plenty of times on other videos. It's this. This is crazy. Where's the logic behind this? Where's the logic? You know what I'm saying? What do you mean, like, they yeah, a woman's body, a woman's choice. I get it. I get it. God knows. I get it. It's your body. You could do whatever you want with it. So that simply means I can't have a say. I can't say anything. I can't give you my opinion about it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, well, you don't have to accept my opinion, because all he's trying to say is that she's underage, and really by law I could just arrest your ass right now, but you're being pompous about how do you know what this girl has been through and all this other stuff. She ran out on her uncle. All right, so you're implying that her uncle probably molested her or whatever the situation is. But why here? Why help her to sell her body? Why here? Why? You're just a pimp.
It's 'cause suddenly you don't own it the way you thought you did.
Alright, bruh.
Yes, thank you for your help. Do something else.
Please. She's just gonna give that to her or something.
I closed my eyes and saw the king in yellow moving through the forest. This is her diary, Marty.
Believe this shit. Girl that young. You know the sheriff has got a stake in this place, too. Fucking Christ.
The king's children were marked. They became his angels. The Yellow King, Carcosa.
Fried her brain or whatever she was on. Sounds like she didn't have much to begin with.
What if he was dosing her regular? Over a period of time, upping the dose little by little without her knowing it.
We should stay out here today. Check around for Johns, maybe knew her. Oh, yeah. Man, a lot of these type places expect the flock to canvas for them.
Well, we should go there. Could be the church everyone mentioned.
Well, let's check around for Johns while we're out here and pick up the church on Monday.
Most of your stuff's still redacted.
North Shore Psychiatric Hospital, Lubbock, Texas. I spent 4 months there in '93.
You feel like talking about that?
Well, sure. Who gives a shit? Sophia, my daughter, she was on her tricycle in our driveway. We lived on a little bend in the road, and they said that anyway afterwards, Claire and I turned on each other. You know, we resented each other for being alive, you know. I transferred from robbery to narco. In 3 months, I was ripping off couriers or ending up in a Ramada Inn with a couple of fucking 8 balls. Somewhere in there, Claire left. Somewhere in there, I emptied a 9 into a crankhead for injecting his infant daughter with crystal. Said he was trying to purify her. State attorney gave me 1 chance to stay out of jail. He said, you can keep a profile, but we want to make you our wild man junkie. So they did. They made me a floater, like a trick. You know, any agency or department needed a deep undercover narco. They got me. And there was no fucking expiration date, baby. In February of '93, I killed 3 cartel men in Port Houston. Took 325s in the side and ended up at North Shore Psychiatric Hospital in Lubbock, Texas. Which is kind of funny in its own right. Psych ward being in Lubbock, Texas. You ever been there? They offered me psych pension. Jackpot, right? And I said no. I said, put me on homicide somewhere. By then, I was owed quite a few favors. And, Louisiana was what they had.
Maybe that's the reason why he keeps hallucinating and seeing ghosts or whatever. Yeah, shit like that.
What's that case going? The big one.
Working it, you know.
Things like that didn't happen in these parts when I was young. People said ma'am and sir. Families stayed together.
Yeah, that's how it was, huh?
Not all the time. There was more dignity. Everyone wasn't out in the street yelling about their rights.
Yeah. Things are so great. They never was changed.
If I have a problem with someone, I talk to them, Ma.
Well, you should be able to talk to me. I know what it's like to be married to a man.
You think they're all the same, huh?
I don't know why you're so rude to me. If you're frustrated, don't take it out on me.
I think that you need to get your cable fixed and stop confusing me with your soap operas.
Well, you beat up on what you can't control. Makes it bad for everybody else.
How are the girls?
I got this lead. I got this lead I wanted to check up on. I told you about it. Maybe your dad could bring you back.
No, he didn't tell me anything about it. This is a family day.
I did tell you about it. I mentioned it. It's a new case. Okay, well, how about we all head back there?
All right, sweetheart. Come on, let's go!
My line's tangled.
Be having some of the sweetest women and they just, I don't get it, bro. That's just me, I guess. I mean, I have options. I mean, at this point in my life, I do have options. People say, you know, you have a lot of men these days saying that you cheat because you have options, right? Man, you can't expect a man to not cheat, and when he does cheat, he's cheating because he has options. I understand where people like that is coming from, but at the same time, it's just like, why even do it? Why put yourself through the pain? You know what I mean? Like, why put yourself through the pain of actually having to live this double life? You know what I'm saying? When you have somebody, like if you had a woman that's not doing what she's supposed to do at home, like I can kind of get it. Kind of. Still not 100% on board, because I'm like, if she didn't come into the marriage understanding what that is, or that's the situation where you're going to exercise your options and she's just the main chick, you know what I'm saying? In a situation like that, totally will understand, because she came in understanding that she's the one that's to benefit from, you know, having your resources or whatever the situation is. But overall, you know what I'm saying, if she didn't come in understanding that and you're just cheating and this wasn't established from the get-go, like, I think that's just wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's some people that just outright say men have their options, you know, especially if they're of a certain status and whatnot, right? I'm of a certain status, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put my business out there, but you know what I mean? Like, I make a decent amount of money. Let's just put it like that. Like, I make a decent amount of money, but you know, I'm at this point in my life where I am right now, right? Make a decent amount of money. But at the same time, it's like multiple streams of income. But at the same time, I know I have options, but I'm still with one girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm still with one woman. Like, I'm not out here just slanging dick just because I got options. Yes, I know I got options. You know what I mean? But it's, you know what I'm saying? To each his own, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's to each his own. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, not because you have options that means you gotta exercise them. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where, you know, make it seem, you know, people, you know, you have men that talk about this like they don't have a choice. when you obviously do. You know?
Years. We've been through this. Sweetheart, listen to me. There is nowhere else I want to be.
I wonder if you even know you're lying.
Come on! Bad enough. The shit I gotta wade through on a daily basis. Bring me this feel bad for me crap. When I worked 30 hours straight and spent the weekend listening to your dad's bullshit, I come home to one place where there's supposed to be peace and calm, and you throw this shit.
Who told you that? It's not always that way. It's not supposed to be.
It's supposed to be what I want. It's supposed to help me.
We do help you. All the goddamn time.
Okay, well, what do you want me to say? You want me to talk about the woman had antlers? Do you want me to tell you about the kids disappearing? And maybe you'll stop with the poor me little whiny bullshit.
Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to make you feel bad for me?
Yeah, he said it plenty of time.
Play this.
I think she found out about the cheating.
I think you're the greatest woman I ever met, and you're the greatest thing that ever happened to me. But yeah, you know, sometimes I think you might have a penchant for self-pity. And right now I need you to be strong so that I can do my job.
You have developed some sort of selective deafness.
Selective
You
deafness.
must be such a chicken shit, I swear.
What happened?
Even your mom thinks you're a ball buster.
Yikes.
Tell the girls dinner.
Hey, morning, Marty.
Hey.
Major's introducing me. New flying squad.
You know, Mark Daughtry, Ted Bertrand. Ted.
Jimmy Free.
Jimmy Frank.
What's up? We've been tasked with investigating crimes with possible occult links. There's been a rash of animal mutilations, cemeteries defiled.
And they want to see what we have on the Lange case.
Uh-huh.
Well, this task force is important to the commander and to the governor's office. You know, a lot of people are concerned about it.
You know me, I don't see the connection between two dead cats and a murdered woman. But then I'm from Texas.
We're not stepping on your toes, Marty. We just got the mandate. We got to compare notes with what you got.
Yeah.
Here, you want detective?
No. Thanks, Kathleen.
You got it.
Xerox all you want. Make you feel like good cops.
Cole, we got a new rule around here, especially for you. You got an opinion about anything, you hold on to it.
Damn.
You hold on to it, or you tell it to Marty. Otherwise, button your big fat mouth. However smart you are, you're not as smart as you think.
He's serious, boss. Why, this god-bothering shit. It's a political circle jerk. You know this.
Is this a place you live? Where are you, huh? You had anything in the last weeks? You got a suspect?
Give us some more guys to follow up KAs, track records.
So our bosses don't want you at all. You understand? I don't want you. You are upright only by the grace of this man's reputation. God damn, Cole, how many ways are there for me to say, shut the fuck up? We work under command, right? And our betters want a public, high-profile show of response. Shit, I got a state senator. He's trying to label satanic graffiti as a hate crime.
That has nothing to do with our DB, and that's the fact of it.
Okay, fine. Let's say that's true, all right? Let's say that you guys get the case all to yourselves. You ever solve a murder, been in the red more than a week? You ever clear one where 2 rounds of questions didn't hand you the fucking answer?
Oh, come on.
No, you got leads, you got a timeline. You know what I got? I got a whodunit where my 2 detectives are stalling. And I got a brand new task force wants to take it off our hands.
We have a lead.
Oh, for Christ's sake, fuck off, Cole. Christ.
so much political
Your
BS when it comes to law enforcement.
You want to dump this one off? You know, I think about it, give him the spotlight.
Believe it or not, that's just how it is, especially in
detective, you know it.
smaller towns as well.
Well, you're a smartass with your mouth shut.
I was just gonna say, we've got a lead on a church. Our Vic was spending a lot of time there. That's where we were headed. It could be the break we need.
Inside whatever they're putting over you, how much more time could you get us?
Right now, it's up for discussion, but, you know, Tuttle's lighting the fire under this. Without a suspect, they're just gonna stop asking questions, Marty, and they're gonna give orders. That's that.
Give us the rest of the month before they lump it into whatever the play is with the task force, yeah?
I'll try.
So
2 weeks, and then you two start catching again.
maybe this is what pushed them to like finger some, because they were on a timeline. Maybe this is what pushed them to kind of rush the case and probably push them to finger somebody that didn't do the crime, or it was like a rush judgment, maybe. I don't know, man.
Crow flies. Y'all are wanting to ask about that big throwdown in the woods, yeah?
Eventually, sure. Right now, we just trying to track the case.
How Cohle worked it, especially.
Which indicates you think I'm too thick to realize that y'all are trying to jam somebody up. You're onto something new.
Yeah, they're obviously
So Cohle
investigating the
Gotta get
actual
into the task
crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are being investigated, really. Like, what
No.
happened?
I did not.
According to this map, it should be within these few miles.
No numbers on this place. Fire must have happened a long time ago. Okay. Place is trashed. This ain't no kind of anything.
Marty.
Crown the deer handlers.
I thought I was mainlining the secret truth of the universe.
Shit's getting crazy. All right, True Detective, season 1, episode 2. We're getting closer and closer to it. There was a lot of things that happened in this episode that I really wanted to talk about outside of the scope of what they're investigating, because this is what we do on this channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, subject matters that are brought up during, you know, a show, I usually stop to talk about it because, you know, all these little elements that's around, you know, what's going on, they play into the characters of the show. So, you know what I'm saying? I talked enough about the whole cheating situation with, you know, as pretty as she, you know, the side chick is, as pretty as she is, I said I've always found her attractive because I've seen her on YouTube, I think I've seen her on TikTok as well. She always kind of comes up, you know what I mean? Very beautiful girl. Always, you know what I'm saying, looked at her and be like, oh, that's a beautiful girl, you know what I'm saying? And seeing her in this role as well, I think this is the first time I've ever actually seen her in anything. I don't think I've ever watched any movies with her or anything like that. I think this is the first time I've ever seen her act, to be honest. I didn't know what she did. I thought she was to be honest, I thought she was a social media influencer. I really thought she was. So to see her in this role here playing, you know, this character where she's a side chick, she's a DA as well, so it's kind of, and then the unexpected happened because, you know what I'm saying, obviously she has really nice boobs. You know what I'm saying? I never thought there would be a day where I would be looking at her boobs. You know what I'm saying? Just out in the open and saw her full naked body, you know what I'm saying, on screen. That's always so very bizarre and a moment for me, because sometimes a lot of times when you might see a person, you know what I'm saying, you might see girls on the street, or you've seen them on TV for years, and you would never know that there was a role that you would have seen what they look like without clothes on. And it's always so surprising to me that I was like, oh, okay, yeah, if you're showing me the goods, I'm not gonna look away. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, right, for the most part, when it comes on to how things progress in this story, you know, the cheating aspect of it, okay, that's a side part of it, but it does play into his character though, Woody Harrelson's character, and the whole dynamic with his wife as well, because, you know, we saw that she was very loving towards him in episode 1, and in episode 2 starting to see the side of him. I think there's more to it than that, and it just always baffles me when I see this happens. One thing you don't really see in TV shows and movies that much is women cheating, and women cheat just as much as men, and you never really see that portrayed much in Hollywood. And you know, don't get me wrong, I've seen it. I've seen, you know, women sleep, you know what I'm saying, I've seen women sleep with married men, or they, you know what I'm saying, they're married and they cheat. I've seen it all on TV. But when you're talking about the overall majority of TV shows and whatever that I've seen, it's always, pull that back, it's mostly men cheating. You always see men cheating. And is that purposely done? I'm not gonna go as far to say that, but it kind of seems like it. It just kind of seems like that. So when it comes on to the story and finding out more about Matthew McConaughey's Rusty Cone character, very, very, you know, eccentric, different. You know what I'm saying? And if I was supposed to make a comment on, you know, speculation on how the case is going and what I think, you know, is going to be revealed or something like that, I'm thinking in the vein that maybe this, I don't think it is a man that's doing these crimes, but you might want to make the argument that it is a man because, you know, the body was transported out to a certain point, you know what I'm saying, and it could, you know what I'm saying, I'm leaning more towards a man, but it could be a woman as well. That's kind of what I'm picking up from what the show is giving me, but that's just me. I could be completely wrong about my assessment of how this case is going. Next thing is, I think, of course, they did finger the wrong person, because it's either that or there's a copycat. It's either they were rushed, as we see that a timeline was put on the case, unless they want the governor to step in. And as I said during the episode, unfortunately, this is exactly how it is in real life. I've talked to former police officers, you know what I'm saying, ex-cops and all that stuff. Like, I've done all of this stuff and talked to them to ask them. It's like, you know what I mean? And that's why I have a different outlook than most people, because they don't look for answers. They always just complain about problems. They never look for answers. For me, I'm always gonna try to find someone who's actually done it to ask. You know what I'm saying? Are you getting orders to actually go out there and target black people? Do you actually approach black people different than you would approach white people when you pull them over for a normal traffic stop and stuff like that? And I've got my answers. I'm not saying that this is the overall presence of everything based on the people and the ex-cops that I've spoken to, but I'm saying this, you know what I'm saying? Some places there is an agenda, and some places they aren't. So there's no conclusive thing to say that white cops are out here targeting black people. There's no way that I can sit here in this chair and say that, because even though I've spoken to plenty, and many have said, or I would say it's around a half and half situation, where some people have said, yes, there is some sort of agenda. There's like orders that come down sometimes, and they have to execute it to, you know what I'm saying, because of you know what I'm saying, numbers that they gotta meet, a certain amount of arrest or whatever. And they target black people because black people, I don't know, is, you know what I'm saying, more likely or suggested more likely to break the law than their white counterparts. Now, this is not to put an indictment on black people to say that, you know, we're more susceptible to crimes than whatever the situation is and how they want to judge, you know, us by the color of our skins. But you also got to understand, right, that a lot of times these cops are out here. This is what they do. Is it right? Fuck no, it is not right. But it's what's happening. You get what I'm saying? So, I know that you have people out there that are actively trying to change these things behind the scenes, lobbying for this stuff, and then they're really not getting anywhere and stuff like that. But you got to understand, the root problem of it all is not going to change. You know what I'm saying? The root problem is like, it's not going to change because the root can't really be uprooted unless this thing is exposed on a massive scale. You get what I'm saying? Before it can change, you can protest till your lungs fall out. It is not going to change, as I said, unless this is exposed and somebody from inside of the department expose this shit for what is like on a deeper level. And the thing about it is that these niggas, they will sit down and you'll have a conversation with them and they'll tell you this shit, but they ain't coming out about it because they know what the consequences of that could be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking over my glasses because just understand the suggestion. Listen, my thing when it comes on to this entire thing is that it happens, guys, and we have to deal with it. Just be careful out there when it comes on to that stuff. Those little things where I'm talking about, where the government or the bigger heads, the governors and the senators and all of these people get involved with this shit. It's not just, we're dealing with it on a local level. A lot of times, a lot of these whatever mandates or rules and shit behind the scene that is coming down, and they have to just go with it. They can't, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to lose their job over not going along with something, and it scares them into doing the thing that is wrong. You get what I'm saying? Which is, in this case, where I'm saying they need enough time to do a case like this. It could possibly end up being a serial killer, and they're not giving them enough time to actually investigate the case in a timely manner because, it's tax dollars, but at the same time, you're going to bring in a task force to kind of shelf the situation, if you will. And I'm not for that. They need to give these guys enough time to work the case. I'm kind of liking Rusty Cohn's character a lot more than I'm liking Woody's character right now, because Woody seems like his head is in the fucking clouds all the damn time. It's like he's not trying to really work the case. It seems like he's more concerned about his side chick than the actual case. Rusty is actually the one that's actually working the case and trying to find leads. Now, mind you, yes, his lifestyle may not be the most conducive to this shit, but he's actually good at his job. He actually wants to be a true detective, right? I hate to hit the nail on the head like that, but it was right there. It was basically an alley-oop, and I dunked it. Anyways. So I'm enjoying this, man. It's very intriguing. You know what I'm saying? It's very intriguing, and there's other topics that we can talk about as well when it comes on to like the prostitution and stuff like that, which, a lot of it hurts here when I see shit like that, because I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? The abuse and all this other stuff that goes on in this world of, little girls, little boys not getting the right, and everybody is not going to grow up the same, and I get it. And that's why it's heartfelt here, because I know that a lot of times when you have like prostitutes and stuff like that, it's because of, trauma, past trauma, and not getting the right help. And instead of helping these women, you help them to be abused even more. That's the solution. And it's like, oh, it's my body, and and all this other stuff. And it's just a bunch of excuses for doing what you're doing. It's just a bunch of excuses. That's all it is, right? So I'm just looking at it from that point of view, guys. So, man, saying there's gonna be much more of this going forward, of me talking about stuff that I see here and also relating it to the case that's going on as well. So hope you guys are strapped in and ready to go. I'm moving on to episode 3. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, man, leave a like on the video, leave a comment, and I will catch you guys for the next one, man. Peace.